Okay, so we have here an investment UI kit. Some very boring documentation, which may be useful for some people. I would not include this. The designs, I actually like that they put designs. Usually you have to scroll a bunch. You have the still guide separately. Maybe an older kit, so no variables yet. Using Satoshi, a good font. Colors, not the biggest fan. Uh, I guess they try to keep away from the boring blue that's in all the apps right now. Looks like the illustrations are images. Some of them are editable. Would have been nice for all of them to be editable. I have to mention I'm also like mirroring on my phone just to double check the quality of these screens, because sometimes in Figma it's like harder to figure out which work and which not. I like that they have light and dark schemes. I don't know if I would have displayed it like this, because when you have it, one-on-one next to each other, it's kind of easier to optimize. But yeah. Overall, doesn't look that bad. I actually played with this a little bit before, so I fixed the inputs. I kind of feel bad for that. It was a bit shittier before. But yeah, splash screens, kind of boring. The intros, I don't even know what the fuck this is. The shadow is super weird. So some stuff works, some stuff still needs a lot of attention. Like illustrations, pictures, they don't really match. The colors in these charts also like are from a different color scheme. The inputs I feel could use a bit more definition. Even on like a super high quality display, kind of sucks how they're laid out, but the use of green, I think it's a bit forced. Like the inputs you can barely see, but then on the illustration, like the greens and the shadows, like this one is super strong. So you could dial it down a little bit. Even this, and again, it's like you can see the details. It's not something super polished. But otherwise looks like a solid kit that you could, start working with. Again, this kind of illustration is what I'm talking about. It's like just too much green. Usually I would prefer a bit more of an optionality when it comes to colors. You can also see other details that are not like really on top, like these are not centered. But it's good that there's some quality here. There's some auto layout, not everywhere. Like you could also do the screens more or less in auto layout if you really wanted to make sure they scale. Yeah, some of the stuff, like tiny details that can be easily fixable, like this, like why is this green? I kind of fixed it here. You still get the information, but it's just information. You don't have to really um, emphasize it that much. Again, this is another example that I did like between the lighter green that it, I think it might work a little bit better, but yeah, it's not a bad kit. I think just going down into the details, like the font sizes are a bit off here. This looks, disabled. This pink red doesn't really go with the blue that's been chosen. Another thing that I think I fixed, yeah, it was this uh, menu. So if we go here, you can see like you don't really see a definition between the menus and whatever is happening. So if you just had some shadow, you can already see how much better it sits on the screen. You have more hierarchy, stuff like that. I feel overall there are like too many colors, and some of the tappable things look like they're disabled. Some contrast issues you can already see, like they should be like the same color. There's no reason they should be separate. Again, the greens, I don't know why they're different, which are the links. So yeah, kind of good and bad. To be honest, I would prefer to start fresh, I think. There's some good ideas in here. Certainly a lot of good content that can be used, but I don't know. It just doesn't have the quality. If you look at an app like Revolut or others, it just doesn't have the quality. Let's have a quick look at the dark version, and you can already see like this background should have been also darker, right? And maybe a greenish darker, but at least something darker. You can see already like the images why you need them for dark mode. They just look like crap and looks like a rushed job. So yeah, definitely the dark mode needs a lot of polish. You can already see here like this is so messy, I don't know what's happening, but at least the navigation stands out a little bit more, just like how I fixed it before. For these hovers, again, like why would you need the close? You already have like the shit drag and drop. Maybe emphasize the buttons a little bit and be more consistent. You have arrows, you have lines. Yeah, overall, like you can see, you can identify like designers that are not super senior, just the way they draw this kind of lines and stuff. There's a attention to details that is lacking. But again, it's like not super bad UI kit. I think the elements are pretty solid. The actual details of the UI, I think, need some work. Yeah, it's this is a hard one. I don't know if I would actually start working with it. I'm trying to identify what elements I could reuse, and they're not that many. Some for sure, like you can get like the inputs, like this kind of stuff, so you don't do them from scratch, just structurized, but you'd have to like polish them so much. I don't know if it's worth it. So maybe they're well done once you get into the details, and it looks like it has a lot of autolate and stuff, but I don't know. Sometimes it feels it's more work than it's worth it. So I don't know. 50-50 on this one.